Morning, happy Friday, gals. So today I'm gonna do a full face look. I haven't done one in a while. I've done kind of like modified eyes or like partial, but I'm gonna do a full face look because I've learned some new tips and tricks I want to share. So I've been using the Milk cream as my base moisturizer lately. So it smells pretty good, but it actually does have like a milk ingredient in it. Oh my gosh, why am I bleeding? Crap. Perfect timing. What did I cut my finger on? All right, well, we're just gonna keep going. So anyways, so it's a pretty thick moisturizer, but I do think it really helps, kind of, I don't know, keep your face looking supple throughout the day. So I use that on my base. And then I also take my Stay spray. I use the SPF one because this makeup doesn't have SPF in it. And then I just kind of like rub it in and let it dry out. So while that's kind of like soaking in my skin, I'm gonna prime my eyelids. I'm still using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer as my eyelid primer. And as I'm doing this, I just wanted to share a couple other things. So some of you know that I use the Tinkle eyebrow razors pretty religiously, like, I don't know, maybe like once every other week or so. But what I do is just using like a really soft motion in the direction your hair grows on your face. So I do it for my eyebrows, but I also do it kind of on my face because it just helps your makeup go on really, really smooth. So as you can see, I am using a ring light, and you can see just like how my skin is super uneven before I start with my makeup. So it's really important to me that I get a good full coverage, but I just lost my train of thought. And Tinkle, yeah. So anyways, it helps your makeup go on super, super smooth. It's also a great exfoliator, so highly recommend. You can get these on Amazon. They're super cheap. Somebody said they sell them at like Walgreens too, but I've never bought them there. So, gosh, my finger's like really bleeding. Gross. Okay, so I've moved down to this smaller compact that I've showed you guys in other posts because I've been on the go a ton and not stopping at home, and I just want to be able to replenish on my day. So, a couple of things that I've started doing are just kind of like doing some different things under the under eye. So I use a combination of three highlighter colors as my base. You could use one, you could use two, but I mean, I think three, they're not very expensive. They're $14 a piece. So even if you're using three, it's still cheaper than a lot of like the department store stuff you're gonna get. So I come in with White Peach and I press it in with my middle finger. You could use really any finger, and I just press it in here. I've just been finding I have like a lot more dark circles than I've ever had before, and so I just feel like it helps brighten this area up a ton. So it looks kind of crazy now, but trust me on this one. I've also switched using brushes. So in the past, I've used this 30-second HAC brush for contour and my highlight and everything, but I've switched around some brushes, just been watching some additional tutorials on the Maskcara brushes and trying it out. So play with the brushes too. I love their brushes, but so this one I'm using the B squared brush and I'm using the smaller end of it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking, I'm gonna take Candlelit, which is my all over color, and I'm just kind of loading up my brush here. And then I just kind of dab it on. So I use a similar motion as I was for the other brush, that dabbing motion versus the kind of brushing motion. So it's a dab, dab, dab. Rookie and Nuggie are like on fire this morning. So, so the reason why I've been liking this a little bit more is I feel like it gets me like a little bit easier coverage without having to go back and perfect quite as much. So anything that saves me time is like all the things these days. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my forehead. I don't go all the way out to my hairline because areas that I'm gonna contour, I just really don't focus putting on as much makeup in those areas. I honestly can't tell what the light in this video looks like. I have this ring light going, but I can't tell if it's good or bad, so my apologies. But you can see like a really good match should just have like really even flow right into your neck. If you want to be matched in person near Arizona, that's great. Or if you want to be matched, you know, virtually, you can send me a selfie or anything like that. So the third color I use is linen, and I'm just going to come in. So I use white peach under my eyes, candlelit under here, and then I'm going to come in with linen as like my brightener. So the areas you bright are like the areas you want to just like accentuate. So when you look at like people in magazines and stuff, it really just, you want to pull everything towards the center of your face. So you're going to hit, you know, right on top of the cheekbones with that highlighter, get that really bright palette to come and lay. You'll lay your blush and highlighter on it, or I mean, illuminator on it later. Middle of that forehead, down the ridge of your nose, and your chin. So now I've got a pretty cool palette. Again, I haven't been coming in with the Perfector until a little bit later. So now I'm going to switch to the 30-second HAC brush. So I use a different contour almost every day, but the one that I have in here is Olive. I think I did my last one with Astoria, but I guess Olive is probably the one I most consistently use. So I just take the edge of the side of the detail hack brush and I just kind of in there, and then I just make a nice line. I'm just pressing it into my skin. I'm not trying to blend, I'm just trying to lay the line. I will come back in with the Perfector later and blend. I have a ton of natural light in my bathroom at this time, and then I have a bunch of artificial lights, so the lighting can get a little bit tricky. You just want to make sure you try and do your makeup in the same light every day, or you're gonna look crazy. But you know, to each their own. I don't ever do mine, so I don't practice what I preach. So then I'm gonna come up and I'm still just using Olive to go around my hairline. This kind of gives an optical illusion that can help your face look a little bit more slender. We're looking a little over here. So sometimes I get asked what's the difference between contour and bronzer. So bronzer is designed to give you that like sun-kissed look, whereas the contour is designed to chisel out your features. So they are different and they go different places. So you can see that I place the contour in my cheeks and then along my chin line and hairline. I also come in with this side of the detail hack brush and just give myself a little nose contouring. Aren't my dogs so awesome? Don't you guys wish you had 3 dogs that barked incessantly at everything that moves? Like leaves? So awesome. You should be jealous. You see how just like putting that there, it automatically makes my bottom lip look bigger? Boom. Smoke and mirrors, y'all. Smoke and mirrors. So I'm just going to take a damp Perfector. There's a couple things that some people do. They use the Perfector and they spray it with their setting spray. I've tried that too. I think that actually works equally as well, but you don't want a wet Perfector. You want it damp. And then once you get it wet, you just want to like roll it off in a towel so you're not getting too much moisture. The more moisture you have, the harder it will be to get kind of even coverage, and you'll end up like taking away and thinning out your product so much. So I'm just bouncing this on my face now, blending all those colors together, making this look less crazy. Let's see here. How are we doing? I'm not loving this light that is on this ring light right now. I might change it here in a second, but it looks fine in my mirror, so. All right, so now I'm blended. You can see I still have the chisel here and here. The natural light from my window is on this side, so it looks a little bit different in this. At this point, I am going to switch, and I'm going to, honestly, Brooklyn, I'm going to switch and do a blush. So one of the favorite blushes that I use, oh my God, are they serious right now? Y'all that have kids, have a different experience. I just have dogs. So I'm going to use Nude. Yeah, this is Nude. Nude here. It's a super popular color. Forgive me, this is like super empty because I have been moving things in and out to different palettes. So I'm taking the B-squared brush again. So I use this end here to apply my base. I'm going to use this end, the big fluffy end, for a couple different things. So first I'm going to use it for my cheek. So I'm just going to smile. I love to accentuate the apples. Gives you that big, full, like almost filler style cheek without having filler. Yeah. Okay, still looking crazy. Totally cool. So I'm going to come in again with my blender and just blend this in. Are they for real? This is actually what I live with. This happens all day, every day. And I'd be totally lying. Cool. Pretty. Okay, so my face is pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna add some bronzer, vanilla setting dust and stuff later. But I'm gonna start on my eye. So I haven't ordered new colors in a while, but I'm hoping to be able to soon. So these are the main colors that I use. I have a couple other colors that I don't use as often, but I've already done the Maybelline Fit Me concealer as my primer, and then I'm just gonna start with Sabrina. Obviously you can tell I use Sabrina as my all over lid color because it's always the fastest to go. All right, so I'm not gonna do like an overdone glam look today. I'm just doing an everyday look. So let's find the right brush here. I can't remember what this brush is called, but it's another mascara brush and I really like it. So I'm gonna take Bend and Snap and do that kind of in the crease. You can pile it on here. Bend and Snap is like a really pretty, it is a metallic-y color, but I feel like it just, you know, without being like so much pigment, makes a huge difference. So I'm windshield wipering on from my crease, kind of up to the middle of my lid. Depending on your eye shape, you might want to like weight it a little more out here or a little bit in the center. Because I'm always trying to open my little tiny almond eyes, I am always trying to focus like light in the center. That kind of has the impact or the effect of like opening things up. So I'm not going to do a dark crease today. I'm just using Bend and Snap today as my all over color. And then I'm going to come in with, I think this is Gold Digger. No, Blondie. I'm going to come in with Blondie. And like I said, I just want to like open up my eyes. So I'm just going to take it here and put it right along my lash line. So it kind of has that reflection. Can you see that? And do that on both sides, obviously. So I used Sabrina, Bend and Snap, and then Goldie. I'm even gonna take Goldie and swipe it right up along my eyebrow line. And then doot, 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 just in the middle. Ooh, yeah, yeah. And then along the lower lash line, I'm taking this color Oak. It's really just kind of a nice, easy brown color. I like it. I use it almost every day on my lower lash line, so it's not too dark. Let me make sure that's Oak. No, it's Bird. It's Bird. So I use just kind of like a little smudge brush and smudge it, smoke it out on the bottom. So not like a really stiff, tight line, just like super natural and smoky. little out of control on that side. No biggie. All right, how are you feeling about this look? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, so now it's time to do my brows. I don't spend a ton of time on my brows. They're like always an afterthought for me. I'm just trying to like, hey, let's make sure they're not like out of control. I want them to be like looking done, but I don't want them to look painted on either. Cuckoo. So I'm just really trying to fill in any gaps or holes. Because I was a total tomboy, I have like all the scars, and for some reason they're all on my eyebrows and my chin. Okay, so getting closer. I need to move this light away, I think. Maybe that's gonna help. So I'm liking this now, but I'm feeling a little imbalanced on my cheeks, so I'm just gonna come back through and let's see, balance it out. I love cheek color. I know a lot of people don't use it, but oh my gosh, guys, you should be using it. Just makes you look young, fresh, vibrant. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna take this again. I'm gonna go in with my illuminator. I'm gonna use rose gold today, my favorite illuminator. I use it 90% of the time, so this is rose gold. So I just kind of squish it so I don't get the other colors around it on there. And then I'm just gonna whoop, boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah. See that glow there, girls? So if I was doing this look myself, without talking through it and messing around, it would probably take me less than 10 minutes. So maybe a little bit longer than my old routine. But I'm on camera a lot more now, and I visit a ton of clients and a ton of people that don't know me, so I'm just always trying to put my best look out there, and for me, 10 minutes is totally reasonable. You can dumb it down into, much shorter as well if that's what you need. Perfect with the best. So now I'm just coming in with the vanilla setting dust. And I'm just gonna sweep anywhere that I normally get a little oily. And then sometimes if I feel like I'm gonna have a really long day, I've been using this extraordinary translucent setting powder that I got in my FabFitFun box, and I actually love it. I rarely say that about new products. I normally throw them away or give them away, but I have a super long day. I have a meeting with my coach, and then I have a showing, and then I have an open house, and then I'm going to Zach Brown Band tonight, so tons going on. So the last thing I could do if I want is throw on some bronzer. So I will probably just do that just so you can see. So this is a cream-based bronzer called Bella. I don't know, I've still not mastered using it because sometimes I get like a blob on it. But so again, bronzer goes in different places than your contour. So bronzer gives you that nice sun-kissed look. So anywhere that sun would naturally hit on your face is where you want it to go. And then I sometimes just blend it down into my chest. Okay, last but not least, let's lip it out. So I did not trust some of the girls that when I started that they were like lining with contour. I was like, that is so weird. Like brown, I used to line with that when I was in like 7th grade and wear like white lipstick. It was a nasty look and I didn't ever care to go back to it. But I actually found that lining with it like weirdly accentuates your lips. But I will admit that like using the lip and cheek for my lip isn't my favorite. So normally I like leave the house with that on, and then like switch to one of my stains later in the day, because it's just easier to manage for me. So I used nude on my cheek. I'm going to use it also on my lip. So that was olive that I used to line. And then I'm going to come back through with my brightening color, which is linen. And I'm just going to dab a tiny bit in the center to give that like ombre effect. So my makeup's done. It's time to move on to hair. If you have any questions, you want to be matched, or you'd like to be part of my portfolio, I'm really working hard to build up my portfolio. And I want great before and after photos of girls that I've done makeup on, so I can just, continue to build my business. I hope you guys have a great St. Patty's Day weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.